Hello, welcome to Discover Barcelona 2025. I'm Robin Braun, VP of AI Business Development Hybrid Cloud at HPE, and I'm here with Sujai, EVP and GM of Campus and Branch HPE Networking.
Good morning.
Good morning. Excited to kick off Discover and get to talk about all of the exciting things going on with HPE Networking. So we talk a lot about the shift from measuring networks in uptime, which kind of been a traditional way of looking at things, to really talk about the experience they deliver, which I love that. You know, what is the customer experiencing? What are they truly having going on with their network? From your perspective, why is up no longer kind of the best definition?
So, it's first of all, thank you for a pretty good question. Right from the beginning, if you looked at all the architectures that are looking at managing the network, they focus on whether the access point or the switch or the router is working or not. Frankly, no architecture focused on whether you, Robin, is having a great experience on a Teams call or not. So our focus became, while everybody focuses on the network, we will focus on the user or a thing connected onto the network.
I love that. It's talking about outcome as opposed to a specific like numerical measure. What are people actually feeling about it? So you've described the future, probably not even that distant a future, as a self-driving network. I get all of these mental images with that. Can you describe what does that mean in practical terms?
Let me try to really simplify it. Self-driving cars, full self-driving is becoming more and more popular. Like, if you go to San Francisco or Phoenix, a Waymo picks you up. There are no drivers in that car. And if you look at how the cars evolved, the self-driving cars, they started from basic sensors, even to the oil lamp, to a rear view camera, to lane assist, and it just progressed, and voila, full self-driving. Networks is going through the same evolution from our perspective. Our vision is a self-driving network where it starts with basic telemetry, which we are getting from the network. We look at the telemetry, sift through the telemetry, and start getting to observability, then recommendations, and now full self-driving network, very much like your self-driving car.
I love that analogy and how that makes it really kind of practical and tactical for people. So speaking of the practical and tactical, what are some real world examples of how people are taking advantage of this?
True events. I'll talk about a couple, but one that definitely comes to mind is we had a customer and, they had this camera, for physical security. So they're watching people coming in. One of their branches had a theft. So they said, not a problem. We've got the video camera. Let's take a look at, who came in and what happened. And when they went to retrieve the video, there was nothing. And they started figuring out, what do you mean? The camera is working. What they realized is the camera was getting power from the switch, but the switch port was stuck. So there was no data going through it.
Oh, no.
And in a self-driving network, Marvis, which is our AI engine, will detect this condition and unlock it. So that was one. Similarly, how many times do we get a call? Hey, I'm sitting right underneath an access point and I cannot connect to Wi-Fi. Again, a radio is stuck. So these are very simple examples where the self-driving network just makes the network work.
Love that. So, when you think about that, kind of you've taken it up another level. What are some of the biggest benefits customers you expect will see from the self-driving network?
Fundamentally, three key benefits. Fastest deployment. We have customers, Fortune, within the Fortune 10, customers who have deployed over 3,000 network elements in a night, which companies with traditional networks could take over a year in a night.
That's crazy.
So it reduces deployment from years to months, months to weeks, weeks to days. The second is what we call day two. You talk to most of our customers and they'll say 90% reduction in trouble tickets, whether it's a ServiceNow, whether it's a University of Plymouth, whether it's Reading, whether it's Dartmouth College, where the term AI was coined in 1956. Knew though that. All talk about like an amazing reduction in trouble tickets. And last but not the least is we drive best business outcomes. We have healthcare systems who fundamentally have made the hospital come alive digitally, where now patients, doctors, guests can interact with the hospital like any other digital asset.
That's so powerful and so impactful when you can do that in somewhere like healthcare and hospitals and start to unlock that capability for them. I love those benefits that you're talking about. Well, obviously here at the show, there is a lot of buzz about HPE networking. I walked in and that's the first thing I saw was HPE networking. It's so exciting. It's our new networking business formed with the acquisition of Juniper. What are some of the top like 3 announcements that are going to be coming out at the show this week?
So first and foremost, I'll talk about the campus and branch business. In the campus and branch business, we are fundamentally bringing 2 powerhouses together, HPE and Juniper together. And while we do that, we are doing it under the garb of a self-driving network. So you'll see a lot of announcements at the keynote. I don't want to steal the thunder from Antonio and Rami. And the same thing you will see from a campus and branch as we start going to the data center, as we start going into the AI data center, as we start going into enterprise and service provider routing, a slew of announcements for a self-driving network.
That's going to be so exciting with all you've already described. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see them. So let's talk more specifically about the platform. We have kind of an embarrassment of riches with 2 network AI ops platforms. What is the future of those platforms? I know you're getting a lot of questions from customers.
Absolutely. I mean, fundamentally, it's been fun because the future of the 2 platforms, what made it simple was the architecture for both of them. Robin, you come from the AI world, you see this a lot. But fundamentally, the architectures, one is microservices and second is agentic AI. Both the Juniper Mist and the HPE Aruba platform are built on these 2 tenets. So for us, it became the question of how do I cross-pollinate the best of both worlds? So what we are doing is we are building one, like an AI model once, and we are deploying it twice on the 2 platforms, whether it's a Juniper Mist platform or an HPE
Or the other
platform.
That's so powerful. And of course, I love the microservices approach, but the ability to do the cross-pollination and continued innovation of both platforms where our customers don't have to choose, I think is so great. But for every well-designed platform, you have that back-end architecture. You spoke on the microservices a little bit. How you'll be able to continue the pace of innovation is moving so fast with the self-driving networks and things that you're talking about on both platforms.
That's a great question because just beyond the architecture, it's 2 more things. People, we have the best talent in the industry when these 2, HPE and Juniper, are coming together, the best, bar none. And the second thing which becomes really important is, which you are very close to, is the advancements in AI. With agentic getting more and more accepted as a key technology, it is making our lives, frankly, simpler to deliver on the self-driving network.
The power of agentic and with the multi-agentic approach that you're being able to take is so powerful what it starts to unlock. And now that takes us something very near and dear to my heart, which is we've talked about how HPE is innovating in the AI for the networks, which is so powerful, and I'm dying to learn more. But also, how about the networks for AI?
I know you were going to get there, Robin, but this is so exciting. Think about it. What I focus about in campus and branch is how we are using AI to make the network just work. But at the same time, to be able to leverage these models, you need a network that is built for AI. So the way we look at it, it's not just about AI for networks, it networks for AI. So the supply and demand both are available on a platform delivered by HPE networking.
It's so powerful, that cycle between the data, the network, and the AI, and featuring it all back again. So if nobody remembers anything else from what we've said today, what would you like customers to take away from from this conversation and the innovation that we're going to be showing this week?
HPE network, self-driving networks. That's about it.
Couldn't have said it any more succinctly than that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin.